Hey, it's Doug, and I'm here with the guys from Anthem Lights at CCM Cafe. Welcome.
Hey, Doug. How's it going?
Awesome. Well, first question has to be about the name. Anthem Lights means what?
Well, when we first put this thing together, we were trying to think of something clever, and we loved the idea. Matthew 5 calls us the light of the world, and so we loved the idea of being a light in this world. And our music at the time was very anthemic, and we liked we wanted the name to sort of speak to the sound, and so we just put those two ideas together and came up with Anthem Lights.
Anthem Lights. Now, would you call yourselves a Christian band or Christians in a band?
I've always liked that John Foreman quote that says, Christian shoemakers don't make shoes with little crosses on them. They just make great shoes. And so that's kind of how we've always approached music. We just try to make great quality content. And hopefully, as our faith is important to us, that is reflective through what we release.
That's awesome. I salute you guys for that. Yeah. Kudos, because we all need to walk it out, not necessarily with a label, but just in our lifestyle. That's awesome. Well, talk a little bit about the journey. So Anthem Lights get signed to a record deal. That's like every band's dream, right? Yay. And then what happened?
Yeah, when we got signed, we were like, we did it, guys. We made it. Like, first time I walked into Provident Records, it was like seeing all the artists, like, oh, my dream. I just want to be here one day. Then we got signed. We're like, this is it. And then, like 2 years later, they were like, get out. And, and so, like,
they
cool.
said it much nicer than that for the record.
Yeah, getting a record deal is not an award that you receive. It's like it's just a job opportunity. And if you don't do the job and it doesn't work out, then it doesn't last.
I joined Anthem Lights when they had a record deal, and then maybe like a month, 3 weeks later after I joined, the record deal was no more. So I had to call my parents like, hey, remember that whole thing about me being a signed artist? Just forget about all that.
But it's not your fault as the newest member.
Well, let's hope not. Okay. You never know. Coincidence?
You have to call Provident and see what
go Provident. Well, I think that's interesting then. So you obviously didn't stop. You kept going and probably are in a higher spot than you would have been had you stayed with the label. So what was that process like?
Yeah, well, it was a moment of truth for us. Like, it was we had to ask ourselves, is this something we really want? Because we don't have that sort of team behind us or whatever. And I remember we were on tour with Newsboys, and kind of in between record deals, we were shopping other labels in town, trying to figure out what the next step was. But we felt like there was a lot of momentum going on, both with the tour and social media, YouTube and Twitter and all those things were kind of taking off at the time. This was back, 2011, 2012. And so we just to sort of keep momentum and let the fans know that we weren't done, that we were continuing on, like we just started doing these covers. So we put out a cover, it did pretty well. We put out, I think the second cover we did was a Justin Bieber song, and we put it out the same day his video for the song released, and it did like 2 million views, I think, in like a week or something like that. And so that was sort of like a light bulb moment for us, where we've been on the road for 6 months away from our friends and family, in front of maybe 100,000 people, which
making
we felt
$35 a show.
Yeah, making probably losing money. And, that was like, whoa, hold on. We just spent all this time away, and then we spent a day in the studio making a song, and it got 2 million views. That was sort of like a shift in how we approached music. And so we've been doing covers and mashups online ever since.
Well, I guess you guys then are the poster child, if you will, for the whole idea. Like I tell people now, you don't need necessarily the label. You don't need the radio station. You have a voice with the digital media and all the social platforms, and you guys are proof positive of that you did it on your own. So kudos.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, there was a time where once we started doing that, we literally thought of ourselves as a label. Like, we all took on different jobs that you kind of happen to label. We had an office for a while that we would go and work out of, so not typical band stuff, but yeah, I think it worked out.
That's awesome. Now, in some of the information they provided me, there's a gentleman's name listed there as the contact, a Mark Stewart.
Oh, love that man.
I was looking for his face around the building. I was looking for like gold records and stuff.
All the audio adrenaline and waiting for the big house smash up. So
that's a good idea, actually.
Great idea.
He won't let us. He won't give us the license.
Is Mark manager? What's the relationship there?
Manager, mentor, life helper.
Coach.
I don't know. He's just kind of everything. Anything we need, anytime we need something, he's sort of that
sure.
sounding board.
That's awesome. Well, yeah, he's a great guy.
He is.
What was the journey for your guys' connection on there? Did you seek him out? Did he seek you guys out, or how did you connect?
It was just sort of an organic kind of. Actually, the show had a lot to do with. I think we somehow he was informed about the show, and he had relationships with PureFlix, and he leveraged those on our behalf, and that was kind of what bridged that gap.
Interesting. Okay. Well, then let's talk about the show. There's an animated show on PureFlix about a group of guys called the called Anthem Lights.
See what you did there.
So you did watch it. All
I did
right.
watch it.
Most of these people that do interviews, they're like they've never seen an episode in their life, so that's great.
No, I thought it was great. It was
Thank you.
so. Talk about how all that worked to get an animated show.
Somebody else talk.
Yeah, no, our producer Rob Hawkins had been working with us for years and years, kind of as like our creative go-to, producing our mashups, medleys, and everything. And one day he was like, "Guys, I'm doing cartoons on YouTube." We're like, "That's cool, dude." And so he was doing that for a while, and then he came back around, and he was just like, "All right, I have an idea. I want to do a cartoon, but about you guys." And we were like, "Oh, okay." He's like, "Well, I kind of already have something kind of written up. Would you guys just be down to read these lines, and we'll kind of go from there?" And so he takes like a month or so, comes back to us. He's like, "All right, here it is." And he shows us, and we're all mind blown. Like, the dude taught himself how to animate, wrote the script, wrote these songs, and it's just awesome. And so we were like, all right, well, let's do it. Let's try to make this thing a reality. And sure enough, we did a couple more episodes. And then, like you said, Mark kind of utilized some of the relationships he had, and we ended up getting it placed on PureFlix, and everything else has just kind of been history. It's been really fun to get behind the mic and not sing, but actually voice ourselves. That's been a really cool endeavor.
That's got to be cool. If you haven't seen it, 17 episodes on PureFlix, and you can even find a freebie episode that I found where they sing about donuts.
Savage Donuts.
Savage
Donuts.
Donuts.
That song meant a lot to Spencer.
It really did.
It's a very serious
A lot
show.
to my heart.
Talk a little about so mashups and covers and that kind of thing. You get feedback from the original artists?
Oh, man.
Every once in a while.
Occasionally.
Yeah, we'll get less direct feedback and more like shares and
okay.
retweets and this was awesome, like kind of putting it out there, which is cool. We've had Backstreet Boys. I think Richard Marx shared one time.
That one was
Really?
cool.
Yeah,
Richard
that was
Marx
very
one
cool.
He shared "This I Promise You,"
Mm-hmm.
and then Maroon 5 shared
Maroon
our
5,
Maroon
yeah.
5 thing for the
Really?
Super Bowl.
I know One Republic shared our One Republic mashup years ago. So yeah, we've had several.
We had
of
Chris
those.
Kirkpatrick intro video. We had Hunter Hayes on a video with us, so that was cool.
Gavin DeGraw introed our
Yeah.
cover of
Sweet.
that one. So yeah, it gets out there and people get behind it.
I didn't
It's
know if
been
like
really,
the whole
really cool.
Bieber thing, like I said, dude, you guys did it so much better. I'm going to take my version down.
Yeah, I wish.
He's like, "I'm just going to let you own the master now." The whole thing was great.
We'll give you the credit. We'll give you the cash.
Right.
In terms of encouragement, so we talk about, if you guys did it all on your own. So what would you say to artists right now that are kind of struggling? They're kind of thinking, how do I get to be where you guys are? I guess I don't need a label. What's your encouragement for that?
I'd say just keep trying stuff. There is no, there's no one path to figure this thing out. We just kept throwing things against the wall and trying to see what sticks, and that we failed way more than we succeeded. So I think
And
just,
we
you
do
just
that
gotta-
still to this day.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
just gotta keep
deciding
trying
what
stuff.
to do. We're just like, let's see.
I mean,
Throw
even
it.
this animated series, we're just trying.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Whatever, we'll see if it works, and
In 2022, I would just say, like, do a bunch of TikToks. Honestly, that's kind of running the everything. So
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
you're really trying to do something in music, make TikToks.
I'm like, there is no path. He's like, no, it's TikTok.
No.
no, it's specifically TikTok.
I think now more than ever, there's just unlimited opportunity. There's so many ways to connect with fans or to create new fans. So just TikTok and take advantage of every social platform and streaming platform and just keep trying stuff.
That's good.
And have fun, I guess. I get the vibe. You guys
Oh,
have
yeah.
fun doing this. It's
Oh,
not a
yeah.
chore.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
Way too
Yeah.
much fun.
That's cool. Anything new this year and beyond? Is there a second season of animation, new projects?
Ooh, can we get you saying that to the camera so we can take that to
Second
PureFlix?
season
Tell
of
PureFlix,
animation.
Speak it into the world.
Speak it into
David A.R. White, I know you. Do it.
Yes.
I love it. No, yeah, that's the goal. Second season, maybe some Christmas stuff. I don't know. I don't know. Like,
We've literally never
it's
talked
very
about
vague.
Christmas
but-
stuff, but
Spencer's
I'm
planning
down.
our year.
I'm like, yeah, maybe a cruise. I don't know. No, we just
we're-
everything in a month out is like still trying to be figured out. So we just kind of like like you said, swing, throw stuff at the wall, see what happens.
Well, we just released a mashup last week. Next week we have a cover of "We Don't Talk About Bruno" from the movie
yeah,
Encanto. Is that what it's called?
yeah, Encanto.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry, I'm old. My kids have watched the movie about it. So yeah, we're always usually about every 2 weeks we're putting out another video or song or something like that. So
Awesome.
Yeah.